So, hello, welcome back. Today I'm working on a little something. As you guys may or may not know, trading cards have kind of been a thing for me for a little bit. I did a bunch of celebrity trading cards, including an entire series of Beyonce trading cards for the Act 1, Act 2 portions of this era that she's in. I've also done some Sabrina Carpenter cards, Tom Daya, Meg the Stallion, you name it. And I was gonna stop because I kind of felt like, people think they're cool, but they don't really get much traction or anything like that when they take them out. Outside of like, cool stuff, bro. So, I was gonna kind of put it to bed. But at my zine fair, when I went there, ooh, that rhymed, it didn't mean for that to happen. But yeah, when I went to my zine fair, I had actually a little bit of more buzz for the cards. It might be how I displayed them, I'm not sure. Either way, they had a little bit of buzz, and a couple people mentioned different celebrities that they would love to see cards for. And I was like, you know what, good idea. Also, it'd be nice to do another pack again. I'm running low on packs. I might make some new ones and be able to actually mix it up. All the packs right now have the same cards over and over again. So I thought it'd be fun to do another run of trading cards, and I'm starting with Zara Larsson. So I kind of want you to get in here on like how the process goes. Move myself out of the way. So for this card, normally I don't do them like this close up. I'll show you, like, for instance, the last card that I worked on was the Cowboy Carter card, which this is it without the like framework around it. I normally go for like a full body shot, and I'm kind of making them a character and not just themselves. It's easier to do, I've noticed, with singers than it is with actors, because in the process of being a singer, I think you kind of make characters around whatever album you're doing. So obviously Beyonce had Cowboy Carter before. I did like an alien superstar type of thing for the Renaissance version, and Zara Larsson is in this Midnight Sun, really Lisa Frank type of look right now. And so I'm kind of playing off of the Midnight Sun idea, and I'm gonna make her a literal Midnight Sun. And I'm gonna go like super crazy with the coloring, or at least try to. Inspirations for this piece include this little Sailor Moon right here. The whole head, shiny bit that you see the sketch for up here, that is based on Sailor Moon. Which, keep in mind, the Sabrina Carpenter card is also very Sailor Moon inspired. I'll try to pull that up. Hold on. This is Sabrina Carpenter prior to her whole, like, this new bent that she's on, which is very 60s and very 60s, 70s, old Hollywood kind of vibe. This was before, when she was really playing into the hearts aesthetic a lot. So it's very Sailor Moon inspired. Magical girl kind of vibe with all the heart imagery everywhere. So that's where that came from, which I don't know if that's like antiquated now, if I need to update her card. Maybe she needs like another, in like Pokemon cards, the evolutions, like maybe she needs another evolution. I don't know, especially since I'm a huge Sabrina Carpenter fan. Like, that's a thought. Maybe I'll play with that. I don't know. So Zara Larsson is kind of playing on a similar vibe of this magical girl thing, but I'm going for a full, like a headshot, which I normally don't do, which is gonna be fun because I get to work on portraiture, I think. So that's where we're at. I debated putting hands in it, if you can kind of see, but I don't like how the hands were looking. They definitely look like I stuck them on there. So hands are out. We're just gonna go for clouds and like galactical. This is also an inspiration. Hold on. There's also this piece that I had saved on Pinterest. This is also coloring, and this is kind of what I'm pulling from as well. So that being said, I kind of want to do one more tight sketch of this just to get started. One tight sketch that everything's on. I don't know if that's necessary though. This sketch is pretty tight on its own, but I think I just kind of want to merge everything together. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out right now. So while I'm working, I'm watching Love Story, JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette in the background because I like to watch TV when I work. If you've noticed, every time you see me, there's always a remote control next to me because I'm normally watching the big TV, but sometimes it is just using my other screen for the TV. So here we are. I don't know, the show so far, I think it's kind of like The Crown, where I'm watching it and I'm so like, I have to Google, did this happen? Is this true? Da da da, like trying to figure out the actual history behind what's fact, what's fiction kind of thing. I do like the actors that they chose to play JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. I think visually they look pretty close to what the actual people did look like, but I'm not necessarily getting the buzz from the relationship just yet. I feel like we're going through the motions, but I'm not feeling it, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes you're watching a rom-com and you're like, oh. I haven't felt that with this yet, but we'll see. They've been on their first date. They're kind of in the secret romance part of their life right now. And yeah, we'll see from there. Okay, we went for like a little rainbow prism type of coloring. I hope it reads when I start like putting things on top of that, but I've kind of had that rainbow prism throughout all of them. If you take a look, they all kind of have this like rainbow acid trip looking thing happening in the back. So I kind of did that, but tried to go for more of a rainbow light prism situation because that's kind of what I'm thinking when I'm thinking of like midnight sun. Problem is, I think I need it to be a little bit more dark up top, but we'll see. All right, so I'm trying to get this makeup look effect on her face, and I think I want to do it with like bright pink because the color scheme is giving pink purple, so I don't want to go too far from that. So I'm gonna steal the color from her top, and this brush is on pressure opacity, so it can build in how harsh it is, and also it can like, it won't be like, for instance, if it's straight up, it'll be like that, be too harsh, and then I'm gonna have to blend it out, versus I can take time and have it at the consistency that I need already. So we're gonna do kind of like this with it. I'm trying to follow this one. And she has like a lot of whites in the corner here. Now the tricky part, I think, is getting the shadows to make sense. So I'm just gonna use the colors that are already on the screen to get that. And then I like to color pick from the colors that are already there and blend with those. I think this needs to be okay, very important. I gotta give her some shade, like some shade back into her face, otherwise it's just gonna look lame. Okay, there we go. Bonded brush, that kind of works. Oop. And we're putting it on sunflower. Oop. There we go. Feels a little bit more like glitter. Adding a lot of colors, not random because I'm picking them off of the actual page here so that they don't feel disjointed, right? So we're putting that into her hair so it feels a little magical, feels a little Lisa Frank-ish. To be honest, I should pull up some Lisa Frank stuff to like kind of get the gist, but I don't know if I fully want to lean into that, because it can get really cloying really quickly, so I'm just going to go with my gut instinct on it. Hello and welcome back to Voiceover Time with me, your host, Momo. I think I did a fairly good job of explaining the thought process behind making these cards, but just to kind of reiterate that when I'm making these, I'm trying to find character, you know, like I need to make these celebrities into characters of themselves, which while also still being true to who they are. I find it's more successful with musicians because they kind of already did that for me. A lot of times that they have a persona that they're putting on or emulating in whichever body of work, whichever album that they're promoting, that is still essentially them. It's different with actors because obviously they are characters, but those characters represent completely different people, not themselves. So for Zara Larsson, she's basically hit on like a style that embodies this right now, what she's doing with her work, which is very bright and sunny and colorful and like Y2K feelings. And I essentially wanted to personify that while also using the name of her album and kind of mesh them together. So Midnight Sun, I just thought of prisms, light prisms, and rainbows because that, you know, the Lisa Frank thing is kind of the vibe. So I was trying to play off of that and have her be a prism of light which breaks up into a rainbow. That was the thought process, while also being super, I don't know, super bright, super sunny. Like, is it literally a sun? No. Is it literally a midnight sun? Not at all. But that's kind of where my head went, and I went with it. So do with that what you will. I don't know if that works for anyone else, but it works for me. And for what, I don't know, that's the way my brain went with it, and I'm not mad at that. I think it works, guys. I don't know. The other thing to contend with for me was making sure that this card fits in with the precedent set by the other cards. It was easier with this one because it's already, like, a lot of the cards that I have made do a lot with like really bright rainbow colors and kind of day glowy looks. So this kind of fit right in. This was easier. I found it a little bit more difficult on the next card that I do because there's quite a bit that I've done differently with that card. And so that's also important. Like, I need to have the cards fit in with each other so they look like a set but also feel like individuals. So a lot of the color schemes are, I think, pulling from the same place. Very weird balancing act that I don't think I've perfected, but I think I'm doing okay with. So a lot to think about. It's a lot to think about. Deceptively more complicated than you would imagine. Before I get into my French class, I have one more thing. So pretty much I'm pretty near done with the main drawing. What I want to do though, because at first I had her with like little star earrings, didn't like how it was looking, so I'm gonna give her basically something akin to this right here. Ooh, can you see it? Yeah, something similar to these earrings that she has right here, which are just basically hoops on hoops. It's giving 80s Barbie a little bit, but I think that's okay. And yeah, you can kind of see I also changed up her jawline a little bit, as you can kind of tell. I don't know if you see the difference. Let me come over. Boop, 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 boop. Ignore the pink circles, and they look at the jaw. We did a little change to it. So we're just gonna build off that and fix everything up, make it a little bit tighter, and then solidify the hoop, and then we'll be done. Right. So that's the goal. Well, done with the front. We still have to like make the back, but that's pretty easy to do. Well, we are winding down here. This is basically the last of the actual recorded bits of what I drew here today. I honestly think it came out pretty good. I don't know what your thoughts or opinions are about it, but I feel pretty good about it. I think I captured what I was going for, which is like kind of a Lisa Frank, but my version of Lisa Frank kind of style. Although, like I said previously, it does also kind of give 80s Barbie, which I am not mad at. I'm pretty okay with that. Ultimately, I explained this previously, but ultimately I want to put a bunch of these together into a new trading card pack. So at this juncture in time, I've actually finished the Chaperone card that I was working on, and I am debating what to do next. I'm between projects a little bit, so I don't know, we'll see. My heart is saying to do another Sabrina Carpenter, but I don't know, we'll see where the chips lie after that. So I do already have a video where I kind of detail how I make the trading cards, so I won't get into it here. I'll link it somewhere. But essentially with the trading cards, I already have a frame that I made, and I just place the frame and I come up with different vectors to represent the celebrity in question and kind of layer those on top of each other, and bada bing bada boom, you have a card. I'm actually running out of time before the video ends, so I'm gonna make the goodbye wrap up real quick. Please like, comment, and subscribe. New videos on my channel every other Saturday, and thank you for being here. Goodbye.